ESE vendors are now using Karnataka High Court judgment saying NBC has accepted their claim. Can you please explain what was the result of the judgment? Oh, this is actually wrong. NBC, you see, not only in India, worldwide, standards are a recommendation. Standards are not a mandatory rule. A standard is made as a mandatory rule by the appropriate authority. That means there are two ways. One is the appropriate authority. For example, the municipality or the state government or government of India. If they say that every building in India must be as per National Building Code, then it becomes a mandatory rule. This is provision number one. Part number two is, if NBC is referred in any agreement, let's say, for example, you are constructing a building, and in the building agreement, somewhere you have mentioned the architect, while designing the while publishing the tender, he must have written, the concrete has to be as per NBC, the structure has to be as per NBC, and this has to be as per NBC, that has to be as per NBC. If NBC is referred in these agreements, then it is like a rule. It is mandatory. So if your document doesn't contain anything about NBC, if you are not at all referring your building to NBC, then it is actually not a mandatory. But if you are referring somewhere in your document as NBC has to be followed, then all the rules are mandatory. So basically, Bureau of Indian Standards gave a reply to the notice saying that NBC is not the authority. It is a voluntary document, so it has to be decided by the authority or the people, those who are making the agreements. So that is the correct way. So the court has rejected the complaint. The court has dismissed the petition. Petition was filed by the ESE vendor. So they are actually, it is dismissed. Their claims are not even accepted by the court. So that is what has happened. It is not that BIS accepted that NBC is voluntary. By rule, all standards and code of practices are voluntary. It becomes a mandatory once when you include it in any rule or once when you include it in any agreement.